The latest in rally news from here and around the world. R2G Rally Radio.
Energy Trust Arena here in Palmerston North. We are waiting for the opening stage of this year's DAYBREAKER Rally. And we're praying that this rain stays off. It'll make things really interesting tomorrow, but it'll be really nice if it stayed dry this evening. Folks, we've got our top 5 seated drivers this evening sitting, waiting for proceedings to get underway, and we thought we'd grab a word with them for you. Who should we start with? Where should we start? Look, you all look so enthusiastic. Where's the biggest smile? No, I'm not going to start with Hayden Paddon, because that's normally where everyone starts. I'm going to start with the interloper, the man from Australia, Brendo, the solitary Aussie amongst the sea of Kiwis. How does it make you feel?
We're both foreigners here, so that's all right, Cole.
Yeah, but I'm Scottish, and I feel at home. I feel at home with the weather, and I feel at home with the people.
Yeah, I've done a lot of rallying here too, so I feel a little bit at home, but it's been a big gap between rallies, so I'm really excited to be here.
And it's a big weekend, isn't it? It's a wonderful rally for you to reacquaint yourself with four-wheel drive rallying, because it's been a while.
Yeah, I've been rallying my Datsun back in Australia. You've come along to some of those events, so super excited to be here in the R2G Hyundai. We did a short test the other day, and Hayden had a drive to show me how it works, and the car was really, really good. So the boys have prepared the car, just Amy and I got to get it to the finish.
Yeah, and your first event with Amy as well. The Hudsons are a bit of a co-driving dynasty here in New Zealand, and Amy's a top-level co-driver.
Yeah, our preparation's been really good together and really enjoying that. And then in the car, the pace notes worked well. I use a 1 to 10 system, 10 being flat out. So she had to adapt to that, and that worked well. So we'll see how it goes on the rally.
Is it going to stay dry?
I don't think so.
Nor do I. Best of luck, Brendo.
Thanks, mate.
Now, Bean, I love your hair. What's going on? What's going on with the mullet?
Well, I thought we'd better, get involved with this retro things. Ended up at the hairdresser at the right time.
Looks fabulous. It really does. It looks wonderful. Ben, you were here last year at the DAYBREAKER. Is it right you've won this event before?
Yeah, a long time ago, probably when Richard was rallying, 2013, I think. But he probably broke down. But it's a cool rally, nice and twisty, and it's be a big change from the South Island.
Makes it such a special rally because, I was here for the first time last year. There's a massive amount of affection and loyalty for this event. What makes it so special?
I think probably the fact that it hasn't been, until last year. It was 10 years between events. So, it's probably, moving the rallies around gets everyone excited to go there again. But, we're looking forward to heading to some new stages tomorrow, and, hopefully it pisses down.
Well, as you say, if it's wet, shall we say, it suits your car. You've got a wonderful car this weekend, haven't you? The right car for these stages. It's quite nimble, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot different than the Subaru, but we're loving the car this year and loving driving it, and just not loving it so much when I get out of the car at the end of the weekend.
We're loving watching you and really very much looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Now, the championship, the New Zealand Rally Championship, very finely poised indeed this year. And the man that's leading the way is not Hayden Paddon, it's Robbie Stokes. Robbie, what a year you are having. It's just great to see this level of competition this year.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we're just keeping it on the road, not doing anything silly. A bit more than I can say for the previous years, just going in, out of the gates too fast. But we've, I guess you could say we've grown up a bit. And just enjoying the rallying and having a reliable car and being able to just,
You were telling me you woke up one morning this year and you had a moment. An interesting moment at one point. It was almost a moment of realisation. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what day it was, but woke up on the right side of the bed and just decided, I'm going to have a go at this championship, because I didn't actually know until Hayden wasn't at Otago that we could actually have a chance at this championship. So it's good to get a jump and have the points lead and be here as well.
I guess that changes maybe the strategy for this weekend, the way you approach this weekend. There's a huge importance on finishing and getting those points and taking it on to the final rounds.
Yeah, well, there's still pressure. We've got to get second everywhere, so we'll let Hayden go out front and do what he does, and hopefully come in close behind him and just enjoy it. I love rallying, so that's why we do it, and these roads are looking incredible. Look really flowy, but really tight and twisty as well, so it should be good fun.
Genuinely looking forward to seeing you out there. I've heard so much about your driving style. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, I've reined it in a bit.
That's not so good to hear. Hayden Paddon, goodness me. I've been talking to you for many years now. Many years. When was your debut in the World Rally Championship? What year was that?
2007.
2007. I was there. It was on the North Island somewhere. Remember, was that the year that the motorbike boy, Valentino Rossi, was racing?
Yeah, no, he was 2006, so the year after we did it. And then, of course, we're in Wales Rally GB later in the year in 2007 as well.
Who was the driver whose steering wheel came off? Was that the same year, towards the end of the stage? You remember that, Emma? And Kiwi driver. And he came in at the end of the stage and he was literally steering his car with a column. Do you remember that?
No. You probably remember when Mark Tapper crashed when the guy had his
bared his bottom.
Yeah,
that was awful. Hayden, first of all, I want to congratulate you on that incredible victory just a week or so ago. You absolutely blew everyone out of the water. Did your pace surprise you there?
Yeah, it did. We weren't expecting that. We've had a bit of a tough year in the European Championship compared to what we were aiming for. So, yeah, to come away with a win in Wales was certainly was nice and puts us in a good place for the championship. But obviously, we still got to finish the job, and it's been a pretty tough season mentally. Just accepting 4th and 5th and 6th, which is not really what I like. But we sort of bit our tongue and just got on with the job.
I think what a lot of people don't realise is. Now, I don't want to say anything bad about the Hyundais because they're great cars, but the car you're driving is quite a long way behind the Skodas, the new generation Fiestas, and in particular the Yaris's. You look around the other championship, no one's got the pace out of that car that you have, and no one's got the consistency out of it that you have.
Look, the team have worked so hard. We work with an Italian team there, BRC, and they've worked so hard to get every bit of a performance out of this car. So we know we're on a little bit of a performance deficit, but that probably just motivates us more to dig deeper and try and, beat those odds.
And a great battle in the New Zealand Championship this year with the man sitting next to you. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's a close championship, so obviously an important rally this weekend, halfway through the season, a long way to go, and I'm just looking forward to rallying on the best roads in the world.
Really are the best roads in the world. I have to say, what we're watching now, folks, is something very, very special indeed. I've been around rallying for 20 years, and I've never seen organisers attempting anything as ambitious as this. 60 rally cars making their way in a convoy through the centre of Palmerston North, and it looks as if they've just about pulled this one off. Emma, it's just great. It's part of what makes this event so special. They like to do things differently here.
They do. I think, it's such a motorsport town, so they're really amping it up, and I think it's super cool having the stage here tonight, bringing the convoy through the centre of town on a Friday night, and then obviously tomorrow we're in Feilding for another signing opportunity. So, yeah, the organisers have done a great job.
Really have. And Emma, we're seeing you in the Citroen Rally 2 car again. It's taken a little while maybe to get that car to your liking, but you're feeling comfortable enough with it now to challenge the boys here?
Yeah, it's actually our first North Island outing in the car, so we haven't done a lot in it. It's 2 years now I've had the car, but haven't done many miles. So yeah, it's definitely my twistiest rally that I'll be doing tomorrow, so really looking forward to learning it.
Emma, I have to say you're blazing a trail for women in motorsport, particularly women in this part of the world in motorsport. But New Zealand seems to be a hotbed for rallying with women drivers, but maybe more importantly, women co-drivers. There are so many top-class female co-drivers in this part of the world. Why is that?
I think Kiwi women just have that can-do attitude. I think it's something to be very proud of. And 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗆𝗆 paved the way before me. She was our Group N champion here in New Zealand, and I think Kiwi girls just get on with it.
No, it's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, our top 5 seeds here at the Daybreaker Rally. Folks, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Best of luck. Go hard this weekend. Go safe. Well done, guys. So not long now, folks, until the first cars take to the stage. You're in for an absolute treat here this evening. It will be very special indeed. If you need any more information on tomorrow's stages, have a look on the Facebook page, the website. Just Google Daybreaker Rally, and there's plenty of action for you to see out there tomorrow. So I tell you what we might do, folks. We might go for a little wander here. Is this Richard? My friend Richard Mason. Who's this? Do you know what? This young man, I remember you when you were that size. Richard, it's great to see you back. Whoa, I nearly fell off there. What is it you're doing this weekend?
Oh, g'day. Well, we are the Zero Car this weekend. So we get to sweep the road, make sure that there's no one sort of wandering around on the roads and let the cars know that, let people know that the first car is coming.
It's a really responsible job.
It is, like we're taking bribes, we could put a rock out on the road in front of someone for them.
You're a bad man, you really are. And this young man is your lad?
Yes.
Fabulous. Caleb, I have met you before. You're wearing your mother's overalls. I met you when you were probably a couple of months old. You won't remember it.
No, grown a bit since then.
So following in your mum and dad's footsteps, doing a little bit of co-driving, a little bit of driving maybe?
Yeah, well, I've been doing a few motorsport events lately and, having fun and stuff like that,
It's a lot of fun, isn't it? You get into motorsport, your dad will tell you, it's not like having a real job.
No, it's not.
It's the opposite of a real job. You pay to do it.
Well, that's very true indeed. Boys, go well this weekend. It is a very responsible job. Have a lot of fun. It's lovely to see you, young man, again, after so many years. Shall we go for a wander and see who else we might be able to pick up before our first cars take to the stage? As I say, you would not believe logistically just how difficult this is. The organisers have done a remarkable job from the square in the centre of Palmerston North. The traffic lights have been synced so that our convoy can come through in one pass. There might be one or two little frustrated commuters, but hey-ho, not too bothered about that, are we? Now, we talked about the Hudsons. There's, do you know what? I keep wanting to call you Lisa, but Lisa's your mum, isn't it? I'm very sorry. I'm about forgetting what your name is. It's Amy, isn't it?
Oh, Mum, she's up there.
Where's Mum?
Give it a wave.
Where's Dad? Now, looking at your overalls, they look fabulous on you. That's not your name.
No, but I will be for this weekend.
Fantastic. Looking forward to sitting next to Brendan. He's quite some pilot, isn't he?
Absolutely, talented driver, and it'll be a good weekend, good car, good team, good combo. So,
how difficult is it as a co-driver to adapt to the different styles of pace notes? We know that there are quite a number of different systems that drivers use, and Brendan was saying maybe you haven't used his system before. How difficult is that?
Yeah, there's one small change that Brendo uses over what I've normally used, which is definitely he helps with that in terms of calling it and writing it and just getting familiarised with that and getting out of the habit of what you're used to using. But overall, it's working well and looking forward for the rally. It should be pretty good then.
It'll be great to see you out there, Amy. Amy Hudson in car number 2. Her brother, where is he? Jared is in car number 1. Now, folks, you might be listening around the stadium here. You might also be listening on Rally Radio, which means our very own Lance Hasty is the man you'll be listening to this weekend. Lance, are you there?
I am, Colin. Wonderful to have you back in New Zealand, and also being the voice of Rally Radio a bit this weekend, a bit of a special bucket list item for you. Is he not?
Have you stopped talking, Lance? I can't hear a single word you're saying.
Are you surrounded by the exhaust note of the cars and unable to hear the wonderful sultry tones from the PA system? Welcome back, Colin. Thank you very much for introducing this lineup of cars we have here for the 2024 DAYBREAKER Rally, powered by Brian Green Properties. Interesting, we've got a bird's eye view up here looking at the traffic and the lack of congestion, but also magic to see the number of people just trickling on into the stadium and filling up. It certainly looks like the regulars are here. You know they've got the bird's eye view from their seats. They've got their favourite seat. Colin, who else have you got down there that's of interest and can fill in a bit of time until we get to the first car?
Righty-o, well, we'll go for a little wander and see which victims I might find. I'll tell you who I'm looking for. I'm looking for some of my Scottish friends. Where's Stewie Reid? Stuart, put your hand up, shout if you're here somewhere. I think all our cars are here. Where is Stewie Reid? Can't see him. Anyway, we'll find someone's... Malcolm Reid. Malcolm, you're a man who's done the same journey as me. You're a very, very busy man, and you're becoming a little bit of a YouTube sensation. Tell me about all those things.
Oh, where do we start? Yeah, so straight in from Greece from the WRC round last week. So, as you know, Colin, it was a little bit warmer there than here. So, but it's good to be here in Palmerston North, especially out here on the middle of the oval. This is quite a familiar spot for me. I quite like Palmy Speedway. Done a bit of racing around here, so it'll be quite cool tonight to do it in a rally car for a change.
Malky, you're a multi-talented boy. You're obviously a top top-line co-driver, co-driving for Emma this weekend. As I said, you're a bit of a YouTube sensation now with that M Sport series. But tell me about the job you do for M Sport. You're doing a number of the rounds of the World Rally Championship these days, a very responsible job. What is it you do there?
So I'm in charge of the reconnaissance department, so that's where the drivers go out and do their pace notes for the event. And at the world level, these guys have got to have nothing else to think about besides their driving and their pace notes. So we're to make sure the car's all tip-top, all their trip meters are working and bits and pieces like that. So all that responsibility falls on me. So, if the M Sport guys have a bad recce, it's basically due to something I've probably done wrong or my team. But besides the reconnaissance part, I'm then a mechanic on the World Rally cars as well. So, the services can get very busy when the guys want diff changes, brakes and things like that. So, it's thoroughly enjoyable, and it's taken us to all four corners of the globe.
No, it's wonderful. You're flying the Kiwi flag proudly all around the world. Did you get much time off?
Well, funny enough, the boss actually laughed when I said, I need a bit of time off. And he goes, what are you thinking? I'm going to go back home. And then when he found out for a rally, he goes, why don't you go to a bloody beach for a change?
Well, I was just going to ask which beach you'd been to. You have the most remarkable suntan. Where did you get that from working so hard?
It's called being in the sun in Greece. When you've got cars to prepare and it's 35 degrees, you tend to just strip off the old top layer and work away in the car park. So, it's not bad getting a suntan, but you come back here, you ain't going to get one today, are you?
No, we're not at all. Malky, great to see you. Best of luck this weekend. Now, we talked about young talents, and there's a lot of young talents in New Zealand rallying, and this young man, Zeal, I'm going to get your surname. Jones. Zeal Jones, I'm very sorry. Your name's on the side of your car and on your overalls. How could I have forgotten?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Colin.
I put it down to jet lag. It's a terrible thing. Zeal, tell me, when did you start rallying? How long have you been rallying for?
This is only my third season, so we've progressed from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive in our Subaru last year, where we won the Rally Challenge Championship, and then we've stepped up to Category 1 this year in the 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗆𝗆. So small stepping stones, but a really good trajectory forward.
That's a big step up, though, to that car. It's just about, short of a World Rally car or Rally 1 car, it's just about as good as you can get.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit disappointing that the next step is Rally 1, but we've got a bit of work to get there, but we're definitely working towards it.
And the plan for this weekend?
Same as always, just keep it on the road, let the times come to us and let these boys do their thing, but just focus on ourselves as we always do, and that's the only way to get faster.
Fantastic stuff. Great to see you. Best of luck, young man. Now we'll go and pick on some of the youngsters. Bryn Jones. I've got that right, haven't I?
Yep.
Brynmore. Is that the full name?
Yep, that's my full name.
That's a Welsh name, right?
Yep.
Good man, your dad's quite Welsh.
Very Welsh. He's from Brecon.
There you go. Talking to you earlier on, and you have got a baby face. You do look very young. But tell me, when did you start rallying? It was, 10 years ago?
Yep, 10 years ago at the age of 12, I was racing around a little Mark 1 Escort at a few of the local hill climbs and hill, then it's been a ball since then.
Tell me about the car you're in this weekend as well. It's a very decent car, gives you a chance in your class.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a Ford Fiesta Rally 4 that we bought from the UK off a fella called 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗆𝗆, and it's been a remarkably great car, and hopefully we'll be able to repeat that win that we got last year.
Fantastic stuff. What about the roads? Tell, for maybe some of the folk around here who haven't been out into these roads, they don't know quite what to expect. What type of roads are we on this weekend? What do they look like?
Very busy roads, tight. As long as you keep the momentum up, it should be all right. But I can imagine we'll be in fifth gear for very long.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. Take it easy, boys. Have a great weekend, gentlemen. Best of luck. Now, where's Lance? Lance, I'm going to throw back to you for a minute or two.
Yes, we have Colin Clark here. Colin, this is a little bit like last year. When you look at the number of people here, this is sensational.
Do you know what? Feilding is a special wee place, isn't it, as you say? It's special because they clearly understand motorsport. They get motorsport. And you were at the start here last year. I reckon there were, 1,500 people, 2,000 people. It was a tremendous atmosphere. The queue for the autographs was an hour and a half. And they've turned out again this morning, and it's fabulous. It's a great wee town. Voted New Zealand's prettiest town 15 times, I'm told. But today it's all about rallying, isn't it? And it's great to see the locals turning out. They'll get the autographs, they'll see the cars, they'll get the photographs. It'll be fabulous. And you can smell it. Smell the rubber and the exhaust is wonderful.
I think you can smell the atmosphere. Now, Colin, I know you have a passion for this. Here's a chance for you to take the microphone and have a chat to some of these people that you've been doing all day, but radio.
Well, I've had a quiet day. I have to say, I've had a quiet day so far this morning. We went to stage 4, which sadly, we only saw one car through, and then I think the stage was annulled, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been a busy morning running around chasing cars, but we haven't seen many.
All right, let's go and have a chat to Hayden.
Let's do that. I'll take the mic, sir. Yeah, radio is my absolute passion. I had 15 years doing stop lines in the World Rally Championship, and there's nothing like it, Lance. You'll know what it's like. You get out to stop lines. The atmosphere, the adrenaline, the smells, the tension in the cars, to be able to talk to drivers the second they've come through the stage is quite unique in motorsport, and it's something we have to protect, isn't it, from a rallying perspective, because you don't get reactions like it. The minute the drivers have filled in their time cards, they've gone 100 metres down the road, you get a different response. That instant response at stop lines is very special.
Absolutely. And really, you don't know what it's like until you've been there, and that's the power of radio.
It's utterly intoxicating. It's utterly, utterly intoxicating, and it is the great thing about radio. Let's go and see who we can find then. The young Hudson's having a little chat. The young Hudsons. But this is incredible. The Hudsons, brother and sister, mum and dad are co-drivers. These two are co-drivers. They're both participating in their 50th event here. Now, I don't know how they managed to do that and how they've worked it out. It's not the same 50 they've done, but they're having quite an animated conversation, like.
They are, and it's actually, it was a question we asked last night. Imagine what the conversations would be like around the dinner table. They are, you could say, arch rivals, but they're brother and sister at the same time. We really want to be eavesdropping, don't we?
Well, I've been to dinner with them. The first time I was in New Zealand not for a rally, first time I was in the South Island for Otago, flying out of Christchurch, night in a hotel. The lovely Hudson said, "No, you're not coming, stay with us." Cooked Sunday dinner, it was gorgeous. Guys, let's have a little word, Jazz. Interesting morning out there today. You guys have gone brilliantly out there, but it's been very challenging.
Yeah, it's been a very, very challenging morning. Obviously, some very, very technical stages, quite long as well. So, yeah, demanding, but enjoying it.
And Amy, you were having quite an animated conversation with your brother there. What were you discussing?
Oh, just clocking in on minutes and sort of the car in front taking longer than you would like to, and getting time cards back on time before you start. Because at this rally, they're actually doing it. We have been previously filling in your own time card for everything, whereas now they've gone back to actually passing it out to the people on the start line. So it takes a little bit longer to get it all filled out and then get set and ready to go.
Yeah, and it's a busy rally, isn't it? It's a busy rally in the stages themselves. They're technical stages, lots and lots of notes. But in terms of this kind of thing, the regroups, the media opportunities, you guys have got to be absolutely on top of all that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great to have a regroup here with enough time that we can go and sign some posters and meet some people, which is really, really good. But yeah, you do have to look after your media engagement. But yeah, when the helmet goes on, it's full focus on the notes.
Full focus. I mean, how's your driver been this morning? How's Brendan got on? Obviously, your first time with him, his first time here in 5 years. His first time at DAYBREAKER, I think. How's he got on?
Yeah, good. Struggled a bit in the dark this morning. The lights weren't overly great and he started feeling a little bit car sick. So he's had that sort of coming and going as well now since then.
Who got car sick?
Brendan.
Oh, I've got to go and speak to Brendan.
A little bit, not bad.
Oh, I've got to go. He's old enough, he's sensible enough, he's daft enough not to get car sick. Brendan Reeves getting car sick. I'm going to interrupt this conversation. I'm very sorry. Right. I've just heard the fact that I just do not believe your co-driver's telling tales. Said you were feeling a little car sick in the dark this morning, Brendan. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know, Cole. It wasn't nice. I'm still not completely over it now, to be fair, but it's getting better. I got the colour in my face, so that's good.
Do you know what I can recommend for it? Ginger, I'm told. I've learned this weekend that ginger apparently is very, very good. Can we go and find you a bottle of ginger ale, maybe some ginger snaps, some chocolate gingers?
Yeah,
so we'll get you through
that. Yeah, my dad gets car sick actually driving, and my brother too. So they take ginger tablets, but I don't usually have too much of a problem. But I think learning a new car, concentrating, looking short distance in the dark, and it's so twisty. It's probably one of the twistiest rallies I've ever done. Even then, the power stage is fast, but previous stage really twisty again. But yeah, we're learning the car, and that's what it's all about.
And you're enjoying it, Brendan. I mean, I know it's never easy. Listen, see this cameraman here, this wonderful cameraman. Wade, he was driving this morning. I felt a little car sick.
Yeah. No, I
didn't feel car sick. Your driving was beautiful, but it's easy to do on these roads. But yeah, have you enjoyed it out there?
I probably just started to enjoy it then. On the stage was more similar to Otago, the first run on the power stage. where you could get the car, up in the gears in sixth gear and get a bit of momentum. That's probably what I'm suited to best. It's tight, twisty stuff where you're looking through the side windows. A little bit strange, even though I drive a rear-wheel drive car a lot. And I think your seating position now, you're sitting so far back in the car too. I feel like I'm going sideways, but I can actually go more sideways again. So I'm just building the confidence up to that.
So much to learn in the dark. Brendo, best of luck this afternoon. I will get you some ginger if you need some.
Sounds good.
There we go, that's me. And let's have a word with this chap, Spin Hunt. Ben, I'm not as good as you. Apparently I've got to walk and talk. Ben, tell me about the morning out there. Do you know, it's not even 11 o'clock and you've done, 5 or 6 stages already today. It's astonishing, isn't it? A busy, challenging morning.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shame stage 4 got cancelled. It was looking forward to tight and technical, but it was definitely pretty different driving in the dark compared to Invercargill, that's for sure, on these tight technical roads. But yeah, loving it so far.
Now, what is the long stage called? I want to call it Peekaboo, but it's not Peekaboo, is it? What's it called? People Day. It's almost Peekaboo. 37 kilometres. That's a proper challenge.
Yeah, we haven't had anything like that so far this year. Like I said, the South Island was so fast, and definitely a bit worn out after doing that, and we'll have to go do it again soon.
Happy with the way things have gone this morning then?
Yeah, I just, I've obviously got buggered back and I'm just struggling a little bit in the, just being comfortable in the car and just applying the brake, it's pushing a lot on the lower back. So, I'm having fun though, and it's just sort of getting through and just keep smoking the drugs.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't mean that. Where did the bad back come from?
I've got 3 disc bulges, so one's pinching the nerve, but yeah.
Ooh, disc bulges, that's what we used to call a slip disc. That can be really painful. I had it once. It's horrible, isn't it?
Pain in the arse, literally. And your
down the side, it's sciatic nerve. Oh, you're a very brave boy to be out in a rally car. I couldn't get out of bed.
Don't show that on TV, though.
It's not going on TV. It's live on the radio. No, he's a heck of a boy. He really is. Now, where are we going? We wanted to get hold. Now they're up on the stage. Do you know what? I'm going to follow them up on the stage. So just to give you an idea of where we are, I keep forgetting I'm back on the radio. We are there's the centre and the square in Feilding. We've come to, it's a car park, just maybe a couple of 100 metres from the centre of Feilding. Is this what's the name of the car park here we're by? If anyone's listening, where are we?
Right next door to Repco on 𝗥𝗱𝗆𝗆𝗆 Road.
That's what I want to remember, Repco. Hello, boys. I'm going to follow you up onto the stage. How are you, sir? You well?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
How's the morning gone?
It's been really good. Yeah, really awesome. Yeah.
Difficult conditions, though, out there. The dark, the slippery conditions. Quite testing.
Yeah, very testing. This morning was a bit of an eye-opener, all right. So, but the roads are cut up a little bit, so hopefully second pass through those last 2, they'll be hopefully better.
I tell you what, I was in the stage that was cancelled, unfortunately. Some of the most beautiful scenery I genuinely think I've seen anywhere. It's stunning around here, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's outstanding. I don't get time to look at it too much, but, it is. It's awesome.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you don't get to see it too much. Now, so what's going on? We're in Repco car park. Cars are coming in. They're coming off the stages. It's a little bit of a media opportunity. So there's a time control. They come, they check in, they park up, and the people of Feilding have turned out in force. Oh, my goodness. Over to our right, we have the Manchester Street School stands. They've got, I think, sausages on the go. There's sausages and fried onions. Oh, it smells magnificent. I think there are some burgers there, some cakes there as well. And we're up on the stage, and it's the autograph stage. So our top crews sitting behind the desks. They've got their marker pens, they've got the posters, and we've got a line of, I don't know how many kids, 50, 60 kids all queuing up to come and get autographs from all of these wonderful, wonderful drivers and co-drivers. The one I wanted a very quick word before I maybe hand back. I'm going to sit next to him. Sorry, Lance is in my way. That's my seat, Lance. I'm an old man. I need to sit next to this global superstar of world rallying. I can't sign your name, Hayden, man. You've handed me the pen. Is it these kids are after your autograph? Hayden, I got to say, what a performance from you out there this morning. At some of those times, we had to double check. You were absolutely flying.
Yes, been a good morning. Obviously, we have an advantage with the road position. First on the road's a place to be, so that certainly helps us a bit. But yeah, just loving it as well. The car's working like clockwork, and when it's like that and it's easy, it's just fun.
And that wouldn't normally be the case, would it? If we'd had a dry day this morning, first on the road would have been a disadvantage. Just explain to maybe some people who are listening and don't understand.
Yeah, normally when it's dry here in New Zealand, you sweep at the gravel a lot, so you got this like ball bearing on top of the road, and basically you don't have grip. You sit on top of the ball bearing, so you're sweeping this away, and then the more that it sweeps, the car's following and getting more and more down to the hard surface to where the grip is. But in the wet, what actually happens is that as you go over, the mud comes out of the surface, and it actually becomes slippery and muddier. So generally, we normally have a disadvantage in New Zealand. Not that I don't mind. I love it because you're actually sliding around and going sideways. But today we have an advantage.
Wow, incredible. And you've made the most of it. Is it absolutely the place to be? If you had a choice this morning, would you have gone one or maybe two or three might have been the best place to be?
I always like being one. I can make my own line on the road then.
Well, I know you like being one. You really are number one. We talked about this last night. I think what a lot of people underestimate is we know how brilliant a driver you are. You're absolutely world class. But what you get out of the car, the Hyundai, yourself, Hyundai New Zealand, Hayden Paddon Motorsport, you're getting more out of that car than just about any other preparation team anywhere in the world. It's incredible because, it's a lot of hard work to get that car to go well and to go consistently without braking.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty proud of that. Between our New Zealand team, we're obviously working hard with BRC, but it's not just them. We've been working a lot with our own guys here, and they don't get to spend much time in Europe with us on events. Long term, I want to change it. I want to be running our own team. But yeah, pretty proud. When we first come back with this car in 22, when we first got it, we were way off the pace and we were nowhere. And I think at that time everyone thought we'd lost it and we're nothing. Definitely in the last 2 years, with some time and development, we brought that back. So I love the challenge.
It's the speed, and I think almost as impressive as the speed you found was the reliability of the car. Hayden, just give us a quick update on what's happening in Europe. It's been a tough old season. Isn't it great to meet these youngsters? I love this. You're a proper global superstar here. Give us an update on what's happening in the European Championship. You've got a proper fight on your hands, but what a performance in Wales. It's put you back in a strong position.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Obviously, Wales was probably better than we expected. We knew we had to go over there and put the hammer down and actually try and put our mark on the championship this late in the piece. So, yeah, better result than what we expected. Obviously puts us in a position where we've got to try and get back to Poland now, which we never budgeted for. So, but it's looking likely we probably should get back, so that's good. And, try and finish off the job, but it's definitely not a done deal yet.
Do you know what you have to do when you get to Poland? Do you know what the minimum you have to do is?
If Matteo Franceschi wins in power stage, I think if we're top 6, it's enough. But we'll just focus on what we're doing, and we've obviously got a bit of time. But normally we go to Poland and go on the gravel, not to go to Poland on tarmac.
Of course, because they've had the gravel rally this year around 𝗥𝗱𝗶𝗆. So whereabouts in Poland is that then?
Oh, don't.
You won't know, will you?
The co-driver's job.
Hayden, I have to say, wonderful to see you doing such a good job this morning. Great job out there. Well done.
Thank you.
Good. So there we go. That's Hayden Paddon and young Jared Hudson, co-driver. They're heading off. Next to them is our Aussie driver, Brendan Reeves and Amy Hudson. And then there's, let's have a word with these two. It's Mr. Reid and Emma. Emma, I have to say, I was watching out in the stages this morning. Goodness me, it looked like fun out there. Had some really strong times this morning. You seem to be getting to grips with this car in these stages.
Yeah, really enjoying it. Car's really well suited, obviously, to these tight, twisty stuff. So, and made some setup changes before this event. So, yeah, really enjoying it. It's working really well with Malcolm in the car and just having fun.
This is good as you felt in this car. Is it definite progress going in the right direction?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I haven't had the car here in the North Island, so I haven't really done a twisty rally before. So, it was just, I suppose, the last event I was sort of trying to just get my confidence back instead of now it's like, how do I change the car to get my confidence back? So, really enjoying it.
Fantastic. And Malcolm Reid, co-driver, Malky, they are special stages out there, aren't they? And it was a great morning of rallying. I think it's just after 11 o'clock and we've done, 6 or 7 stages. Really special out there this morning.
Yeah, I mean, this region's just phenomenal in terms of the roads and the countryside, like the camber, the contour, the flowing nature of them. 37 Ks went in a flash, it was, I think, 27 minutes for the stage time, but it's just so enjoyable. You don't go, 37 Ks, you sit there going, wow, this is going to be fun. So, yeah, it's just a joy to rally these roads.
37 Ks of notes. How many pages was that?
35.
Is that right? Nearly a page a K?
Yeah, basically a page a K. That's how twisty they are. So a few straights in there to break it on up, catch your breath every now and again. But and it's great to see the amount of spectators out there. It was quite early this morning. There was camper vans parked mid-stage and things like that. So it's good to see the locals supporting the event.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Well done, you guys. Now, here's a young man here who potentially is the future of New Zealand rallying. Zio, you had a really strong performance out there this morning. 1 or 2 excellent stage times. I'm feeling good in the car.
Yeah, no, it's feeling really good in the car, and there's still time now. I'm just getting to a point where I'm really comfortable in the car, but keep going. But we're kind of consolidating now. We're in a safe position, but there's still 3 proper stages to go.
It is unbelievable, isn't it? Only 3 more to go, and it's not even lunchtime yet. It's tough, isn't it? It's an early start. What time did you guys leave this morning from Palmerston North?
4 a.m., but my alarm was at 3, so it feels like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Getting your head around that sometimes is the most important thing. To get yourself in the zone at that time of the morning can be quite tough.
Yeah, no, exactly. We struggled a little bit in the dark, but as soon as we got in the light, I knew what to do, and it was good.
You did a great job out there. Well done. So we'll talk to these guys. We'll catch up with you boys later. Lance, I think I'm going to pass back to you now. Do you know what? Around and look at all these guys, and maybe buy myself a little sausage sandwich from the Manchester Street School.
You're going to the